Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Friday, May 31st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Oops.
I didn't get that.
It is week 22 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 72 degrees with a high of 77 and a low of 55. Welcome to my broadcast. I am here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs. This is where I teach the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. This broadcast and time with you is meant as an emotional refuge, and we are united through coloring. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always enjoyable. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my YouTube peeps who'll see this broadcast when I upload it to my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. So let's see who's popped in. Sarah. Hi, ILene. I'm here because I had to stay home from work sick. Oh, I'm sorry there, Sarah. Maggie. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to one and all. Hi, Kitty. Hello, Sandra. All right. Hey, this is the place to come if you're not feeling well, right? We have fun and good things happen. All right. Let me see if I can get the critters out. There we go. Let's see who else is here. Hello, Carmen. All right. Sarah, you can share this broadcast after the fact. So once it goes to YouTube, you just scroll down a little bit. Oh, okay, never mind. All right. You know, I'm not sure if you can share this broadcast while I'm broadcasting. Somebody needs to tell me that. That would be really cool. Carmen's number 4 for thumbs up. Cool. Guys, please hit that thumbs up while we're thinking of it. Oh, you hit the X and you found the share. Okay. I don't know what happens if you share this now. Oh, Sandra, you were first in the thumbs up. Hello, Tammy. So my question is if you share now, does it actually share the live broadcast? That would be really cool. Okay. So we're doing our duet piece, which is our buddy color. This is out of a book that I'm working on. It's called Sleepy Tots Jubilee. We're working on the young lady here that is sleeping. Sarah, yes it does what? It shares the live broadcast? Hello, Julie. So this is the little girl in the garden. I can't wait to finish this book. This will be really cool. And then the second piece that I'm working on is from Winter Wonderland by Creative Haven. This is a really good book. I recommend it. It's got some pretty nifty pictures in it. We did this one. I've done several out of this. Oh, Tammy, that's good. You can color with us. And if you decide that you want that book, contact me and I'll give you the affiliate. Okay. So, let's continue on this piece. Carmen, you can color? Yay. Oh, you got it today. Cool. Now, guys, I'm going to remind you, today is the last day of my sale. That is a massive, massive sale. You're getting a lot of books for little money. Be sure that you take part of it. So the way that's working is in the PDF. You get 3 books. You get 2 books plus 1 free. You buy 3 books, you get 2 free. Hi, Darla. You buy 4 books, you get 3 free. Tammy, you said tomorrow is your cousin's funeral. All right, get your paper towel. Last night I was working on the tree for you. Hold on, I am out of order. We're working on our little girl. Now, I made an error last night in what one of these items were. So we need to do a little bit of corrective erasing. This is not a hand right here. This is part of the dress. This is easy enough to erase. And what I want you to do is I want you to grab your, hi Jolly. I want you to grab your light, medium, and dark reds that we've been working with. And we'll go ahead and erase and fix that segment. I misled you, my apologies. Okay, so let's work on our dark. Then we'll put the light on here. And then our medium. So fix that with me. And that makes a lot more sense. Hello, Emily. Jolly, I colored in this area as a hand, and it's not a hand. It's part of the dress. So you're getting your light, medium, and dark reds that you used on the dress, and we're fixing that. Oh, Maggie, sorry. Oh. My apologies, guys. And boy, does that look a lot better. Well, Jolly, at least you tried to make it work, and that's the point. Okay. Sorry, Carmen. Slap my hand. Ooh. Hi, Marcy. Teacher made a boo-boo. Teacher made a boo-boo. Okay, I'm going to work on the apron now. And that, let me pull the colors. Hi, Thomas. Boy, you guys are just spilling in tonight. Okay, so for the moment, I'm going to pull a light and a medium. And then, all right. Oh, Carmen. No need for slapping hands. You'll beat me with a wet spaghetti noodle. Oh, Thomas, thanks for letting us know. That's cool. Okay, let me show you the colors that we're working with. I've got a light blue. Yes, you did, Thomas. You made it on time. This is an Artex pencil, by the way. I know I don't normally call out, but it's called the Cloud Blue. Then this is my medium. Oh, Julie, you were trying to figure out how to add nail polish. Okay, we'll fix it to be the dress, guys. Sorry. And then we've got a dark blue. So these are your three colors I'm working with. Now, remember, you can also end up having more than just the three. Don't limit yourself. So I'm going to start out with my medium. And I'm going to start up near the hair. Now we've got to poke this in. So guys, how are you doing today? Have I told you guys lately that I love you guys? Now, be sure that you pop over to the left here. We've got to get in between those fine hairs. So guys, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? Oh, Sarah says, I love you too, even if I'm not on much. Thank you, Sarah. Guys, win, lose, or draw? Hello, Kitty. I'm going to say draw. Everything's been quiet. Hello, Linda. Uno, dos, tres. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wally. Julie says, win, last day of school, summer break, here we come. All right. Marcy says, win, it's Friday and sunny. Michelle, how are you doing? Okay, now we're going to take our light and we're blending in that medium. Michelle and Wally say hiya. Guys, be sure that you get that medium. Michelle says she's doing good. All right, excellent. Be sure you get that blue blended, right? Now, if you have to go back with your darker blue and blend that a little bit more, that's fine. Just do it very lightly. Michelle, when do you go to see trains again? Okay. Stephanie needs to see the blue swatch again. All right, there's the swatch. I actually may change my blue, my dark blue. Oh, don't like that. Sometimes it's hard to get a true blue. Oh, Linda, you take her almost every day. She saw a blue one today. Oh. That's pretty nifty. I'm going to change up my blue. To be a little less purple. So let me re-swatch these. Stephanie, yeah, you could almost say that's a slate gray, but it's got to have blue in it. So there's my light. Here's my medium. And there's my dark. Guys, don't get hyperfixated on your colors. The light that I've got, which is an Artex, is listed as a cloud blue, if that helps you. Okay. Now, we need to go up here. here's the strap of our jumper. Again, don't pound in your colors, guys. Come in lightly. And then I'm going to come in with my light gray. I'm sorry, light blue. Stephanie's got me saying gray. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Okay. Now, we're going to do the bottom part of the dress. And at the moment, I'm working my medium blue. Now, when we get up into the hair, we're going to need to color a few areas of blue. Use your judgment on that. Thomas, when are you moving back to Pennsylvania? Now, this is a flower pattern on the piece. I'm sorry, a flower pattern on the dress is what I meant to say. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is we've got a little rim here, a little pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Now, this is where our dark blue comes in. And again, you come in with that lightly. Remember, if need be, you can always darken that line. Go back and darken it. This is not the time to come in heavy-handed. Now, I'm going to go down to the fringe here. And I'm going to put in my dark color on that fringe. And you'll notice that it's just these little spots on here. All right. Take your time. This is not a race. And then I'm going to come back with my light blue. Let me start at the left-hand side again. And we'll very lightly go over that blue that we just put in. Now, notice how I'm softening that blue. And what I meant to say is softening the darker blue. So this is one of those situations where it works out to put your darker color in first of your light, medium, dark. If anybody is new has come in, please say hello. We can get this image to you. And you can buddy color it with us. Oh my gosh. Tissue, sorry. All right. And if anyone is new tonight, please say hello. I've got the nicest group of people on earth. I feel very blessed. And you will be very welcomed in this group. Okay. And back to my red a little bit just to define this color difference between the two. Okay, Thomas, thank you. All right, let me pull out so you can see how this is looking. Can I say that it's PDC? Pretty darn cute. Well, I'm in Tennessee. Now, we've got another pattern on the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. This is my medium blue. Now just trail that line out like I'm showing you. And by the way, the Astrodome and Astro World, we sang the national anthem at the Astrodome. Okay. Now, take your medium red. Oh, it was a church choir. Carmen says I'll need trifocals to see these details. Oh, don't worry about it. Now we're going to put in, as soon as I resharpen my pencil, we've got some pinkish red flowers or dots. So take your medium red, pick some random dots and color them red. And then come in with a yellow. And add a few yellow dots. Now, I don't want anybody to get hung up on these dots. Oh, Thomas, you're back. You forgot your mom has a session before you do, so you're back for an hour. Okay. Don't get hung up on which dots to color in. Just spread them out like I'm showing you. Okay, now we go back and we're going to take our medium blue and we're going to color now around these areas that I just colored yellow and red. Remember, guys, you want to tease in your color. Now, for anybody that's new and is watching this, 2 things. We can get this image to you. I would love to have you buddy color it with me. Even if you haven't done grayscale before. Okay, now I'm back to the pleats here. And this is where we're adding our medium. Now, when you're coloring grayscale, always add your color with the idea in mind that you're blending it with something else. And Thomas is exactly right. Let the pencil do the work. if you pile drive in your pencils and come in heavy, you're going to ruin any chance of you to tweak your picture and get that detail in there. And also keep in mind that because of the way colored pencils are, when you go to add a color on top, your pencil on the bottom stays intact. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my light pencil. And I want you to notice that I'm coloring over the medium with this as well. Check out how beautiful this is starting to look now. Well, Thomas, during my broadcast, I mention it all the time about letting the pencil do the work. Remember, my format is talking about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why. Now notice how our lines underneath are not being pushed away. They are blending in beautifully with the color that I'm putting on top. Okay, now we're going to stop a second with the blue because I want to show you a little highlighting. On the right hand side of this is going to have yellow in it, like a yellow sun, bright sun. So a little bit of our dress is going to have a little bit of that yellow. So about where the knee bends, we're going to come in with a very light yellow. And while I'm there, we're going to have a little bit of yellow on our fence post. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on the second post as well. All right. Now back to my lightest blue. And again, I'm using my lightest blue over my medium to soften up those lines. Okay. Now, along the bottom of this dress here, light blue. And remember, even when you have just one color, you want to layer your pencil. That's why you'll see me go back and forth over the same spot. Don't forget to turn your pencil. And then I'm going to use my light blue to go over our little flowers here on her dress. Okay, let's pull out and take a look. What's wrong with this picture? And the answer is blending. We still need to blend this. So now I'm going to come in with my dark blue, and I'm going to start shading and shadowing this dress. Now, I want you to notice that when I'm adding my shading and my shadowing, I'm not following at the moment the individual lines. See, you can see that line right here where the color changes. And again, that's the beauty of colored pencils, is I can put a darker color on the areas that I just defined these pleats. And you can still see the pleats underneath. Now notice how I'm coming over to the edge here. And by coming in with our darker color, that's making our skirt look rounded and dimensional. And I'm doing this very lightly and just coloring this with repeated strokes until I find the blue value that I want. Now, guys, again, this is not hard at all. Now, these areas where I have medium blue in between to create these pleats, I'm going to come in with a very light tint of my darker blue. And again, rather than pushing the pencil into the paper, I'm doing repeated strokes until I get the color value that I want. And I also want you to notice that this pleat right here, I'm going a little bit darker than I did with the other colors. The other pleats, excuse me. Now, even if you've never colored pleats before, follow along with me. Do what I'm doing with it, and it'll make sense. And that way you can start getting to the point where you're doing your own. Okay, now I have another area here, right here, this pleat, that I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'll pull out so you can see the effect. Then I'm doing on the pleats on either side. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a large pleat in here along with individual pleats in between. Let me pull out. Isn't that beautiful? Questions? Okay, darker pleat up at the top here, right underneath where her arms come together. Okay, and then still using my darker pencil, I'm going to very lightly darken the border of this pattern. And don't forget to do that little micro turn when you lift your pencil. Same thing along the bottom here. And I want you to notice that as I'm darkening that line, I'm even coming in just a little bit. Oh, Carmen. All right, take care. And remember, we want a very soft line here. Okay. Okay, Thomas. Thanks. Now, let me pull out. And we need to carry now some of these pleats into our pattern on this dress here on the bottom. Carmen, can you plug your phone in for maybe 15 minutes or so and then come back on? Okay, notice now how I'm coloring these pleats all the way down, excuse me, into that border. And I'm just skimming the pencil. Any question about how this is looking? Okay. Now, on this bottom part, we have vertical little lines here on that pattern. So what we're going to do is just very lightly color in those verticals. Now, some of these verticals, you'll notice that I don't take the line all the way down. And you need to go very, very lightly with this as well. We're just tinting that in. I'm using my darkest color. That's right, it's making it look like a ruffle. Now, I also want you to notice is that sometimes I'm coloring horizontally on this area down here. So not only am I doing vertical lines, but I'm doing a little bit of horizontal as well. And what I don't want to see when you guys post this is I don't want to see stark vertical lines on this pattern. Notice how I'm also adding a little more dark color to our border. And I'm also going back over that first first set of ruffle and doing the same thing, filling in some of my areas. Check out how dimensional that looks. Now, for mine, I'm going to darken this top line a little more. You may not have to do that, but I feel that this needs it. Okay, Thomas. Okay. Paper towel. Find the nubby side of your paper towel. And blend over this. And be sure to move your finger around because your little nubbies fill up with your wax pencil. Any questions? Okay. Who just popped in? Hi, Kathy. Now I'm still going to lighten my lines a little bit on my pleats. I'm using my lightest blue. Check it out. I'm using my lightest blue as a blender pencil. And I'm also going to come back with my darkest blue and I'm going to add a little bit of shadow, some more shadow underneath where that arm is. Isn't that beautiful? My Linda. And then I'm going to come back with my lightest blue and blend in that edge. Again, my lightest blue is acting like a blender pencil. Now, I don't know about you, but that's looking pretty darn cute. All right. Now, remember, we don't have any colors done around this outfit yet. So I don't want you to start judging whether something looks right or wrong. So what do you guys think of your pictures so far? Okay, one last little touch. Payne's Gray. On the lace fringe at the bottom, I'm going to add a little bit of Payne's Gray with my dark blue. And that's going to give us a more vibrant fringe. So anywhere that you put your dark blue, you want to add a little smudge of your Payne's Gray. Now, you're not trying to completely, whoops, where am I? You're not trying to completely cover that dark blue. You're just enhancing it with this Payne's Gray. And look how cute that looks. Okay, now I sure can, my Linda. Thank you, Thomas. Now on mine, I'm still not happy with this blending right next to this top line here. I want this to look softer. So I'm going to use my blender pencil. All right, there we go. So anywhere I've got my darker lines, I'm using my blender pencil a little bit. Oh, Stephanie, good. One of these nights I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and get some more Payne's Gray. More of the ivory, the Faber-Castell 103, and more black. Okay, blender pencil. I'm going to smudge this light blue pattern line that I put up here. Now be careful that you don't overblend. 2 reasons. You cause wax bloom and the color will start to pill. Hi, Angela. Okay, now, I think it was Stephanie or Susan who spotted the other shoe in this picture. So, I'm going to point that out to you. I'm going to use a gold. Let's see what we... And I'm going to put, I think we've got a shoe right here. Now, I could be wrong. Now, obviously, I'm going to detail that. And I'm also going to add gold, the goldish brown on this other shoe. So as soon as we do that, it defines it. Now, Faber-Castell 103. On the front of this boot here. Here we go. And then I'm going to come back with my gold. And I'm going to put it on top of that Faber-Castell because that's going to lighten that up. Same here. Now, if you don't think that that is another shoe, don't color it as such. Totally up to you. And then I'm going to come in with a darker brown. Hi, Sarah. And we'll work on those laces. Thomas, I thank you because you complimented the group earlier. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of brown on this other one. Now, again at the moment, Thomas, just scroll up and you'll see what you said earlier. When we go to color in the flowers around this boot, this will all make sense. All right. Now, I'm just going to pull in a dark green. And that's because I want to go ahead and start defining this grass around the boot. I'm just going to start defining this a little bit so that we can go back and finish this up. Now, this is the area where I told you earlier that we had to be careful in doing the dress, because this was actually vegetation. Thomas, if you ever forget what you said, just scroll up. Keep in mind, Thomas, people are trying to color. Okay, now we've got a little plant right here. So I'm going to go with a bright green. and then a medium green. Okay, Vicky. Well, Thomas, we love having you here, and I'm glad it brightens your day. Now, check out the medium green that I'm adding on top of this bright. It gives us a nice mix of colors. And I'm just going to finger blend that real quick. All right. Let me pull out. Okay, guys, I'm going to do a BRB real quick. I need to get Vicky and bring her upstairs. So give me a minute. Good girl. Hold on, guys, just a couple minutes more, if that. Vicky, come here. Come on. Here you go. There you go. Come on. Vicky, come here. Come on. Come here. All right. Okay, I am back. So Thomas said Thomas said, don't mention that teacher. You all are my YouTube family. When I'm having a bad day, I just come in here and my day gets better. Well, Thomas, you can tell me that. Okay. Just a little more greenery here just to define a few things. Light green right underneath the skirt here. Sarah says her day is better today for watching. And guys, that's one of the core values of my broadcast, which is why I do this 365 days of the year, is to be here for you to brighten up your day, whether you color or not. Okay, dark green. Okay, now darker green in between. And be absolutely sure that you blend and merge these colors. Okay, then a medium green. Above this flower. So it's not quite as dark as the green that I used below. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this darker green in between my areas where I've got this lighter green. We just want to define that. Okay, finger blend just a little bit. And just for the sake of making it look pretty, I'm going to put some blue right in the middle of this flower. So I've got blue there. And then on this flower, I'm going to put some orange. And then on this flower up here, we'll get some blue in there. And then below this flower, that one that I just put the blue in, we'll put some orange in here. And a little bit of Payne's Gray to define that center. And I'm going to push that Payne's Gray out just a little bit onto the flower petals. And then blend right back over that. Isn't that cool? All right, there's my orange. A little bit of Payne's Gray on top. And a little bit in between those flower petals. And then back with the Payne's Gray, orange to soften that Payne's Gray. And then a little bit of a little bit of green down the stem. Okay. Hello Kitty. So Hello Kitty X Candy second channel. All right. Let me pull out what do you guys think? Hello, Cara. So if you guys think this is pretty, wait until we start getting all these flowers done around the outside. Linda, you like it? I think we're in really good shape. I'm ready to go on to the next picture. Anybody have any questions? Does everybody have this picture to color? I love that dress. Okay. Next picture, Winter Wonderland. Tammy, are you calling it an evening? How many of you were buddy coloring that previous picture with me? Have I ever missed a day since I started? I think I missed one day when I was in the hospital. So I'm guessing in all the time that I've been coloring, maybe I missed one or two. I remember one time my power was out because of storms. I don't know, Maggie. Do you remember me being out very often? Stephanie, you're calling it a night as well? Stephanie, good night. Sarah, you're not leaving. Okay.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, now, I like to define little areas here whenever I'm doing a picture. For example, this is green. Oh, gee, Stephanie, was it something I said? Just kidding. So I've got a lighter green here, and then I'm going to come in with a darker green, and we'll fill in these areas. Now, you guys have a leg up on a lot of colorists because a lot of people would just come in with one green. But you guys know better than that. Check out how I'm blending this. So back with my light color to blend this. Remember guys, this whole group here, the what, the why, and the how of adult coloring. And then we've got a little bit sticking out over here. We'll start with a lighter green. And then I'm going to put a splash of the darker green in, just a little bit. Okay, Kathy, thank you. Now I'm going to pop up here and work on these trees. And then I'd like to do the birds tonight. So I'm using a gold brown. That's probably redundant. Gold. Guys, what's the most important part of the page when you're coloring a page? Okay, and then I'm going to come in with a dark brown. The part you're working on, that's right. And what that means is, no matter how small that area is or what it is, I mean right now we're just working on what? A dumb tree. Not dumb, I'm just making a point. But I'm still going to come in with my 2 shades of color, right? I may not be able to do 3, but I can do 2. And I'm going to shade and shadow this tree. And check out how much better it looks when I'm using the 2 shades. Especially around the bark at the bottom where I can do the one side, I'm doing the left side a little darker. So when you guys are coloring, if you're part of my group, do me proud and make the effort on your details. Now, do you guys remember that I talked about also darkening in the crotch of the tree? So everywhere that I have a branch splitting off, I'm going to add a little bit of my dark brown. Kathy, this is Winter Wonderland by Creative Haven. And I'm going to smudge that a little bit with my finger because that kind of fills in the tree a little bit. Now, this is where I'm all about coloring in what I call touchstones. And that means as I'm coloring along, so last night I worked on the trees here. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my fence. Kathy, I don't know if Teresa Goodrich did this one or not. Her name, let me see. Oh yeah, it's on the inside of the book, Teresa Goodrich. I thought it was too, but I hadn't seen her name. Oh my gosh, this book, 2016. So this one's been out for a while. Kathy, thanks for asking. Okay. So I'm going to start working on this fence. And again, I'm going to come in with my gold. I guess I should call this tan. Oh, Kathy, you think you have this book? Oh. Don't forget to turn your pencil. What is this color? Oh, it's called khaki. It's a color pencil. Oh, how pretty. Now, am I done with this fence? And why am I not done? Shading, yep. So I'm going to take a very dark pencil and I'm going to run it along the bottom here. Now, this is one of those things where the areas are very small. So I'm not going to allow my panties to get in a wad because I can't use 3 pencils. So since I can't use 3 pencils, I'm just darkening this along the bottom. And look how cool that looks. Isn't that neat? And notice how just a simple addition of that darker line underneath makes all the difference. Now, again, a lot of people would look at this and say, oh, it's just a fence. Well, that's why their coloring will never be as good as your coloring is. Details, that's right. And guys, you should not be sick and tired of me hearing me say that. Because when you're coloring, I want that to be rolling around in your mind, that you say, what can I do to make this look better? Check out how cool that fence looks now. Okay. Let's color up some birds. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the one on the left, and I'm going to come in with the light brown. Now again, we're putting in our layers, right? Oh, I hate that when I go over the edge. My pencil gets so excited it just keeps on going. Kind of like the Energizer Bunny. Lay down, Vicky. All right. Now I'm going to come in with blue. Groner. Oh, Kathy, I know that's feeling it's not us, it's the pencils. That's right, the pencils get so excited. They just keep on going. Okay. Here's my dark. Here's my medium. Now I'm going to put a little dark on this squiggle here. Back to my medium. And then my light blue. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Now, back with my dark. Don't forget to turn your pencil while you're doing this. And then my, let's see, medium, because I'm going to start that on the outside here. Notice that I'm going right over my dark to blend that in, merge those colors. Blending, 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 rawhide. Okay, Kitty, thank you. And then my light. Isn't that pretty? Don't you hate that when you're coloring and you notice you're not really getting good coverage, and it's because when you look at your pencil's been sharpened sideways and you've got a little bit of pencil edge on top of the lead? Okay, and then I'm going to use my light and that's because I want to distinguish that tail. Yeah, see my pencil, see how that's being covered by the pencil? So I've got one side that's really good and one side that's covered up. So I'll hand sharpen it. It happens. And I can't tell if it's a core problem because the tip of the pencil is covered over with paint. Although I could cut off the top. And take a look at it. Oh, Sarah, I am all-knowing. Okay, now this dark blue is not blended in correctly, right? So now we need to go back and blend that in. Check it out. I assume that you meant dense instead of dense. Okay, and then where my dark is over here, same thing, we're going to blend that in. Kathy, you like the cap on the end of your pencils? Sometimes I wish Prismacolor had cap ends on their pencils. How come you like the cap? Hi, Jolly. Jolly, I was wondering where you were. Okay. Now, on my gold here, I'm going to come in with a darker brown. And I'm going to work on that edge. And we're going to define this a little better. Oh, it makes the pencils look pretty. Okay. Actually, I prefer the cap off so I can see if the lead is centered or not. And then I'm going to use a very fine black pen. And I'm going to darken in that dark part of the eye. And actually, I'm going to go a little further with this. And I'm going to darken in that part right next to the center here. That's going to make this eye look a lot better. Okay, second bird. While I'm here with my black pen, I'm going to fill in that eye portion. But I'm going to leave a little bit of that white. Guys, don't ever be afraid to correct your colorings. Okay, bird number 2. Now, instead of that goldish brown, I'm going to use yellow. And then I'm going to come back with that goldish brown that I was using. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to dampen down my yellow a little bit. Any questions? Guys, what are you coloring on while I'm doing this? Okay, and then I'm going to, Kathy, you're watching. I'm going to pull a light, a medium, and a dark orange. Sarah, you're on the camping picture. Okay. Now, does anyone care to speculate why I'm using orange? Linda, you're watching? Okay. Okay, Kitty, thank you. Kathy says contrast with the orange. That's part of it. And also, because orange works really well with brown, and we've got our brown leaves. Now, I don't want my birds to stick out like two sore thumbs, but with this blue, it brings out this bird beautifully. Now, I've got a little bit of green that I missed on the pine needles, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. And that way this will make more sense. And remember, multiple layers, right? Get everything covered with your one pencil. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with a darker orange. And we'll start detailing. Now again, don't forget to turn your pencil when you do that lift. And then I'm going to use my darker orange on the tail feather. Are you guys enjoying the frogs tonight? And now I'm going to come in with a brown. And that's going to give us a really nice edging. I don't know, the frogs sound especially good to me tonight. Don't know why, they just do. Okay, now I'm going to use my darkest color, which is that brown, over my chest area here. I'm just going to tone down that brown a little bit. I'm sorry, the orange is what I meant to say. And notice that I'm sweeping the pencil. See how I'm curving that? And then I'm going to take that brown and I'm going to add a little bit on that gold. Check it out. All right. Let me pull out Notice how everything is blending together beautifully. Now, let's go ahead and work on our grasses at the bottom a little bit. Let me find a really cool green. Oh, Kathy, I'm glad that's soothing. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to start with a dark green nearest the bottom here. And then come in with my lighter green up at the top. And then go back with my dark green again. Lighter green, dark green. Oh, Sarah, that's a good point. It is perfect with your camping picture. I hadn't thought of that. Well, Sarah, I knew that you were going to be doing that camping picture, so that sound effect is just for you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, now some of these I'm just doing the one green. Sarah, post a WIP, work in progress. I don't know why you wait until it's done. Okay. In the group, Sarah, post your WIP in the Facebook group. Okay, and then we've got this little bunny here. We'll need to do that eventually. Okay. Let me pull out. check it out. Now, for the most part, I just use the one color green, and that's okay if you get in a really limited area like this. Although, I'm going to take a little bit of Payne's Gray and I'm going to go on top of the green grass, and I'm just swiping a little bit of that Payne's Gray on it. So that's how we get our duality of color. Everybody see how that's making a difference? Okay, let me pull out. Check it out. I think we're in pretty good shape. Okay, let me lift the camera up. And that way you can see the whole piece. So what do you think? We've got browns, we have oranges, a little bit of red. I put blue on this bird here to attract your eye to it. It's a nice little picture. Okay guys, so I'm going to call it an evening. This is from Winter Wonderland. Teresa Goodrich did it. And this one here is from an upcoming book, Sleepy Tots Jubilee. And we're working lots of detail on this one. Okay, guys. Okay, Sarah, I will. This is ILene Vick for Teaching About Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Linda, take care. I've got a little bit of bobble on the lip. I think I just accidentally got a little water on there. We'll take care of that when I color it. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. Guys, love on each other. That's what we're known for. Remember, guys, this is an emotional refuge for you, and we are all united through coloring. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. And please do post your WIPs in the group. All right, till tomorrow night then. Bye.